Hi guys, I'm Heath Manning of Manning Cues. This video is going to be on track lines on the length of the table. I'm going to identify the values of the diamonds on the table, and I'm going to show you how to accurately calculate a cue ball value no matter where it's sitting on the table. The first thing we need to know is the value. In order to give a value to the table, we have to find the natural kick for the cue ball to the corner pocket. In order to do that, we give the corner pocket a value of 0. Whether there's an object ball here or not doesn't matter. We're not aiming for the object ball. We're aiming for the value of 0 in the corner pocket. If this is 0, the first diamond up is 10, 20, 30, and 40. When we come around the corner pocket, the side values go up by 5 because we're no longer going out straight. We did a 90-degree angle and we need to compensate for that. So if this is 40, this is 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, and 80 up at the corner pocket. We know that that's 0 because that's our target. So we can give that corner down there the same value of 0 because the short rail closest to you is a direct mirror image of the long rail, which is just in front of me. So for me to accurately give the cue ball a value, I've determined the value of the diamonds on the table, so I can now do that. When I count up the table, I don't just say 10, 20, 30. Well, my cue ball is basically in line with this diamond and the same diamond down there at the 30 value, so I'm going to give my cue ball a value of 30. Well, that's completely incorrect. You don't give that a value of 30 because we're not shooting straight. We know that we have to shoot on an angle like this. So we have to give that a value on the angle that the cue ball will be shot. And as you can see, the cue comes right over it and into this rail. Now, let's just find some natural track lines first. We're going to start at 30, and we're going to aim down there between the 1 and 2 at the 15 value. Now, I'm aiming at the value in the rail. I'm not aiming at the rail edge. So, when we're looking here, I'm aiming here, not in front of it. If you aim in front of it, you're going to go past your contact point. Okay? So make sure you're aiming in line with the diamonds on the table, right in the middle. Okay? We come back here and we say, okay, here's my 30, my butt's aiming right at this diamond and my tip's aiming down there at the 15. 30 divided by 2 is 15 equals 0, okay, on the natural track line. We're not on that. So if I come up to 40 and I say, okay, here's my 40, here's my 40, here's my 20, not even close to my cue ball, so I'm not on that line. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say, okay, let's go to 35. So I find my diamonds, I put my finger in the middle, there's my 35. Half of 35 is 17 and a half. So I aim at 17 and a half with my tip. I hold my butt over high enough that I don't hit my cue ball, and I aim at my 35. I'm still to the left, I'm over my cue ball, but to the left portion of it. So instead of being at 35, let's come back to 34. Half of 34 is 17, so come to 34 and go to 17. Well, now I'm right over it. So now I can accurately shoot this shot knowing that I am on the 34, 17, 0 track line. So when I get down to shoot here, I'm hitting 2 tips above center, and I'm not using any English. And I'm going to aim at 17 value down there. Okay, I come down, I make my contact. Now, I scrub the rail here slightly. That means that I had an inaccurate stroke. I had a touch, and I mean a touch, of spin on my cue ball, right English, which can make all the difference. I still got lucky and made my shot, but I measured accurately to hit it dead on, that my little inaccuracy in my stroke still allowed me to make contact with the ball. Now, let's come up here and let's put a ball, okay, along the rail, and let's do the same measurement. Let's count around the corner of the table into my cue ball to give it a value. This is still 0. So we count up 30, 40, 45 because we're compensating for the 90-degree angle change. So here's 45, here's 50. So let's just go to 50 to 25. Well, there's my 50-25 angle. Well, my cue ball is to my right, so that's not right. Let's come back to 45. If my butt's to 45, then my Q-tip would aim at 22 and a half. Okay, now my cue ball is to the left, so I'm somewhere between 45 and 50. So let's go up to 46, 46, 23. Well, there I am. So now I can get down here and I can shoot at 23, 2 tips up, center ball, and confidently know that I'm going to go down there and hit my object ball. Now I hit that fuller. I didn't make contact with the rail before, but right after, so I still was just a little off on my aim. But I'm making my shot. I'm not missing. And when shooting these shots, on a great day and on a good day, you're going to make them. But even on a bad day, you're going to make your contact. And that's what this is about. You're not wanting to give up that ball in hand if you're safetied or if you're hooked. The track lines will allow you to figure that out. So keep keep tuned for my next video. My next video is going to be on track lines to the side pocket, and from there we're going to explode into moving the object ball around and knowing how to calculate the formula to hit that object ball no matter where it sits and no matter where your cue ball sits. I'm going to be taking you through all the different one rail kick shots, giving a value to the object ball and the cue ball, explaining the formulas that the pros use, and then we're going to get into 2 rail, 3 rail, 4 rail, 5 rail, accurately kicking every time. If you're coming up short, you're probably hitting too hard. Make sure you're not putting spin on your ball. If you have a ball with a line on it or a meso ball with some dots on it, you'll see if you're putting spin on it when you're hitting. These systems do work. You will have to experiment with your equipment and your table. But this system will pay off. It is accurate and it is legit. I didn't create it, but I've compared it to all the different kick systems out there, and this is the most accurate system and what pros use to play the game. I'm Heath Manning from Manning Cues. I hope that helps, guys. Thanks.